Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and yes, all of a sudden we get some fucking Indiana Jones shit going up in here. And a little thing to bring up, actually, about the music of Sonic 3D Blast. This was actually remixed for Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. And if you know anything about Sonic Chronicles, that game is not only a piece of shit with butchering musical quality, but also butchering cutscene quality, because I just took a look at a walkthrough of that game, and sweet crispy Jesus with pineapple chunks in that game. Well, first of all, the gameplay sucks. The cutscene quality looks flat out fucking Newgrounds quality from like 2003. And yeah, it's kinda cap of shit. So yeah, on the other side of the coin, we also have Sonic 3D Blast's Volcano Valley. A stage which, honest to God, puts a lot of the exploration aspects to the best degree, really. And also the Saturn version doesn't make the lava look like fucking chunky chili, so greatness for small mercies, I guess. But yeah, it goes for a much more adventurous tone. And we also have those platforms from Lava Reef Zone, because nostalgia. Even if nostalgia is only like 2 years old at this point. God damn, that was a really short amount of time between this game and Sonic & Knuckles. But yeah, as you can no doubt tell with the part length reaching 2007 YouTube standards, yeah, not too long to go now, and with the Chaos Emeralds gone, even less time. By the way, those things can crush you, I believe. At least I think. I was careful enough in my playthroughs not to get crushed by any of that. At least, I'm pretty sure you can. Whatever, just ignore me, but yeah, crushing damage is still a thing, I believe. But anyway, to talk about the level design, like, I mean, again, there is more so Act 2 than Act 1, but you have a lot more to explore, a lot more hidden nooks and crannies to, you know, finagle around with, especially that's hidden beneath the little rock formations that you can destroy there. And I don't know, it's just really cool to see, and again, it does kind of show potential on what Sonic 3D Blast could capitalize on. Though I suppose that does also bring up the issue in what exactly could you get out of your experience besides, you know, extra lives or, you know, a few shield power-ups here and there. I don't know, like, I mean, I suppose maybe having some hidden Tails and Knuckles locations, but I mean, putting that aside... Sorry about that, I just had to edit out a little bit of a snafu, but to talk about a little something else, the Mega Drive version, often praised for its musical quality, I really love Volcano Valley Act 2's theme music. It is primo, and now we have the fire shield, not that you can really see because of compression, but yeah. I really love this soundtrack. It sounds kind of like a fantasy RPG kind of thing, but goddamn. The compositions here are just immaculate, dude. And this is also where you can get the rare fire flicky that just pops up and down here and there. Here it is! In all its glory. I think it's pretty much meant to be the bluebird that's just on fire, but isn't screaming in pain. Well, it probably would have been a bit too morbid for a Sonic game, but all the same. But anyway, now that you have the fire shield, this level becomes a bit trivial, since all the hazards are mainly fire-based, and unless you happen to pip an enemy, yeah, should be pretty golden. But again, like, I mean, as I was talking about with the exploration elements, again, like, I mean, I suppose it's kind of difficult to really create, like, a cohesive structure, especially in the Mega Drive version, which, again, I should probably talk about development history a little bit, actually. Because, again, this initially was meant to be in a kind of similar situation to Sonic Mania Sonic Forces. This was pretty much meant to be the side dish, so to speak, the Mega Drive game for those waiting for the next big Sonic game on the Saturn, which, at the time, was Sonic Extreme. But again, because of development fuckery that basically led to the Sega Technical Institute, well, not completing Sonic Extreme and it eventually becoming cancelled, yeah, 3D Blast pretty much became the main seller, so to speak. So, again, what was initially meant to be pushed as a side game ended up becoming the Saturn's only real Sonic game. And yeah, that's part of the reason why the Saturn didn't really sell well, because again, it didn't have a big mascot platform to really head it up in the same way that, you know, you would have had a Mario 64 or a Crash Bandicoot to really, you know, bring home the bacon, so to speak. But I mean, again, and I said it before in the Sonic Adventure review, either the commentary or the, somewhere else around here, but to be perfectly honest, I'm kinda glad that Sonic Extreme got cancelled. Like, I mean, again, no disrespect to the development team who were really put under the knife for, you know, what they had to do to get the game completed and ultimately having their efforts cancelled, but honestly, the game looked and probably played like shit, and again, like, I mean, people complain about 3D Sonic games nowadays, but I can imagine the reaction probably would have been like a fuckload more vitriolic if, you know, Extreme was released in at least the state that we saw it, so Yeah, quite frankly, I'm kinda glad it was cancelled. But again, like, I mean, that whole situation did eventually lead to Sonic Adventure being a thing, so... depending on your mindset, it was either a blessing or... a curse, I guess. And I forgot what my original tangent was. Fuckity-doodah. But again, I suppose, again, to go back to the tangent that I just sort of remembered, is that... how can you really create a lot of interesting level structure, at least more so than what you're seeing here, which is just to go around, find a few things that might help you along your way. Because again, like, I mean, 3D games typically are meant to be more experience-based, or at least there's meant to be a little bit more mechanical nuance and depth, that again makes worlds interesting to traverse compared to 2D games, which are usually very much, like, Olympian, for the lack of a better phrase in terms of their design. Like, they're designed, 2D games specifically designed to be challenges. And again, like, I mean, that's generalizing a little bit. Again, game design can completely alter depending on what you intend to do, but again, typically speaking, like, your mindset with a 2D game is meant to be more, again, traditionally video gamey in a few aspects, whereas 3D games, again, you want to explore around, you want to, you know, utilize your character's abilities to the nth degree, a lot more so than what you would have had access to in a 2D game, and... well, 3D Blast kind of feels like a bit of a half-step. Like, I mean, it's got the exploration elements down pat, it just has very little to explore that isn't stuff that, in a 2D game, you would have just easily breezed past or would have generated a little bit more excitement, and again, it isn't bad, it's just, it's an experiment for technology that just wasn't quite there yet, or at the very least technology that people were just getting to grips with, and... you know, there just wasn't the time necessary, at least by 1996, to really get that sort of thing perfected. I mean, especially not Traveler's Tales, because I can't imagine they probably would have had that much prep time with the Saturn. Because, I mean, 94 when it came out, it was released almost immediately. Although, I mean, I will say that, though, because, like, I mean, again, as I mentioned, I think it was in the Burning Rangers video, actually, like, I mean, the Saturn was a box of tricks that apparently John Burton of Traveler's Tales, who did work on Sonic 3D Blast, did say was a box of tricks that, again, if you knew how to work it, it could be one of your best friends and create stuff that was leaps and bounds beyond anything the PS1 or N64 could come up with. So again, I really don't know. It's just a lot of unfortunate circumstances that affected a lot of things, and again, the Saturn is a really sad story. The story of what could have been, what should have been, but sadly wasn't. But in any case, the sad music helps us, because it's... Oh no, by the way, this is a boss fight you can easily cheese, and again, even on the Mega Drive version, just take a look at this. We'll see Eggman doing his thing, and also this is by far the first, well, the first of two boss tracks, really. This is the first variant, which is a little bit pish, not my favorite, but yeah, just keep holding forward and you won't lose. Because Eggman's completely stationary, and if I can point out one thing actually, does actually give a bit of a hint for one of the final boss's attacks, so yeah, foreshadowing. But yeah, that was a pish easy boss, so on that note, I'll see you next time for more Sonic 3D Blast action. Bye-bye.